Anthony Mackie says that by the time the Falcon and the Winter Soldier has wrapped up, it's not going to ruin the Marvel brand or the quality that fans have come to expect from Marvel Studios and Marvel TV. My guy, we sat through Jessica Jones Season 2 and Iron Fist Season 1. I think the bar was already kind of low that you could only go up from there. So yeah, let's talk about that. So in a recent interview in regards to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie was asked about some of his reservations to when it came to doing this series, and why initially he was a little bit worried about it, because again, it's a TV series. TV, justifiably so, when you think about it, is perceived as lesser quality than blockbuster films, because TV is. Typical TV is at that, because if you really think about it, 2 hours of Avengers is $200 to $250 million. And then 22 episodes of The Flash, for example, is $22 million. So you can see how many actors would be like, oh, I'm going to be in a cheaper quality thing. It doesn't make sense. But then again, we know now that they're trying to change the perception of what's possible on TV with higher budgets. I mean, now more so than ever, you see that everywhere, where less episodes, higher production quality, it rivals that of the films. I think everybody will agree that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier looks like a proper MCU film, feels like it, and the action is on par, sometimes even better than what we've seen with these characters on film, which is a pretty monumental task, all things considered. So they're starting to blur that line. So when Anthony Mackie was asked about what he hoped for the series, he said, and I quote, "I hope people take away from the show that we did not mess up the Marvel brand. This could have went really wrong, and we could have been the first bad Marvel show, and we're not." End quote. Now, obviously people have looked at this and said, but you're only the second show. How could you be a bad one? He's obviously, I think here, accounting for all the Marvel shows. Again, remember, there's people in Marvel Studios, they don't know that the Netflix stuff isn't really sort of canon. Like, it's not their job to know, right? They're actors. They do what they're told, and that's that. So he's probably referencing all the Marvel shows, which have had mostly good feedback that he's seen. Again, there is other shows like Iron Fist that wasn't as well received, but in the grand scheme of things, most Marvel TV has been pretty well received. I would say, like, most of it, probably like, 90% of the live action stuff. So it's a good indication. And he was worried, as he says, that, you know, people would be like, well, you messed it up because it's cheap. And he's like, well, look, now people are responding well to it, so we didn't, but there's always that worry. And it's easy to understand where he's coming from, because again, downsizing from a big blockbuster film to a TV series, that's a pretty huge task to do, and they've done it pretty well so far, in my opinion.